Taylor Lewan is out there, but Ike, it's as simple as this to me. He's going to be 32 next season. And we always talk about in the NFL, the best ability is availability. Last 4 seasons, Taylor Lewan has missed 34 out of 66 possible regular season games. You got Dan Moore Jr., Chukwuma Okorafor, who are both younger and cheaper. They're probably not to the level of Taylor Lewan. I can tell you they're not to the level of Taylor Lewan. But in terms of value, you don't have that there. Lewan's made an average of $16 million per season with the member of the Titans. And oh, by the way, he also has a beef with the guy by the name of TJ Watt, who's like the face of the franchise other than Kenny Pickett. So I don't see this as a fit at all with Lewan to the Steelers. Again, another player I saw rumored out there where it's like, well, Pittsburgh needs a left tackle. And it's just like the dollars and cents just, they don't add up in this situation, Ike.
Yeah. Yeah, the shoe ain't going to fit on that one.
Mm.
Yeah, the shoe ain't going to fit. Even if the dollar made sense, the shoe ain't going to fit. That's something when you see these teams going deep into the playoffs and, you know, when they hitting strides trying to get to the Super Bowl, the majority of their star players are available. So, I mean, 30-something games out of 60-something games, availability is the best ability. So I'll leave it like that. The shoe ain't fitting on this.
I hate to be glass half empty on a Monday, Ike, but I'm looking at this and it's just like, maybe the Steelers can get a little bit more creative with some of the other free agent players that are out there, Ike. But again, in the coming weeks, free agency always starts mid-March. So we're still at least a few weeks away, and then it's just complete chaos. And then, Ike, like we just had the coaching carousel, we're going to have quarterback carousel with other teams in the league. And the Steelers are fortunate to where they've got their guy in Kenny Pickett to where that's something that they don't need to worry about, especially considering Steelers had to figure that they would be in this salary cap situation now. You've got Kenny Pickett under a rookie contract for the next 4 seasons, assuming they pick up his 5th-year option, Ike. And I'd much rather be in this situation now than what are we going to do with the quarterback position moving forward, because they have Kenny Pickett. And it's a problem a lot of teams are going to need to address this offseason. And it's just once one decision gets made, Ike, it's like dominoes, and we get that here in like 2 or 3 weeks. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I mean, Pittsburgh in a good situation. When your head guy, when your franchise quarterback already taking strides on, he's going into his 2nd year and you like what he's doing on the field, a few comeback games as a rookie, didn't play like a rookie at the end of the season, saw a lot of growth and maturity from on the field standpoint. And by the way, man, he's just a rookie. So let's try to build around him. And you see it with Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. And you see it with Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. You see Justin Herbert for the LA Chargers. You see Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, he's just all the way different. You can plug and play with Patrick Mahomes. He's going to figure it out. But a lot of these young quarterbacks, Sunshine sitting over there in Jacksonville, you know, Trevor Lawrence. So when you see these young quarterbacks and they still under their rookie deal, what you see is the smart GMs, these smart coaches, they try to build ASAP around them. You know, that's exactly what's going on. So I'm sure the Pittsburgh Steelers going to take a look into that because, I mean, there was a couple of games, you know, it was a game away from actually getting into the playoffs, to be honest with you. So I like what I see. I'm sure the Pittsburgh organization love what they see in Kenny Pickett. But these Joe Burrows, these Kansas Cities, these Patrick Mahomes, these Jalen Hurts, these Trevor Lawrences, these Herberts, you know, they all got weapons around them. And, you know, we know for sure between Pickens and Johnson, 2 receivers, he got some weapons. He got a running back, got a tight end. Just probably need one more piece on that offense, maybe 2. And then we talking about offensive line. We ain't really talking about skill position. So, I mean, it's a good problem to have for Kenny Pickett and the Pittsburgh Steelers in that organization because, like you say, Mark, he's still on his rookie deal.
I'm curious to see if the Steelers do go with an offensive lineman in the draft, what that means and shakes up the current configuration, Ike, because, okay, if we wanted to entertain the Lewan situation, and maybe not Lewan, but another player. Again, you've got Dan Moore Jr. and Chukwuma Okorafor under contract each for the next 2 seasons. Now, Okorafor's due about $10 million per season. So if you'd want to get rid of him, but then I don't think it's as easy as to say, well, let's just move Dan Moore Jr. to right tackle. Sometimes your muscle memory doesn't work that way. It's not to say that he can't do it, Ike, but are you more inclined to move Dan Moore Jr. maybe inside to a guard position to stay on the left side? That's kind of the questions I'm asking myself to say, okay, if you want to go protect Kenny Pickett's blind side for the next decade plus, say through the draft, how does that shake up your current configuration, your current roster? And that's kind of what I'm trying to spin my wheels on. And that's if they go with an offensive lineman, say in the 1st or 2nd round. They might go with cornerback, because we know Cam Sutton's a free agent. That's Cam Sutton and Larry Ogunjobi Ike right now are like the 2 biggest question marks for me ahead of free agency is, are you bringing those guys back? Because if you're not, that influences potentially what you do come April for the NFL draft.
Yeah, that's that's Omar. That's on the pro side. I'm on the college side when it comes down to that. But Mark, yeah, we shall see what the heck happens.
It's a jigsaw puzzle, like.
Yeah, it's a jigsaw puzzle. Me trying to explain it without getting in trouble. So that's what it is. We shall see from Omar what they do on the pro side. I stay on the college side. It's going to be very interesting to see what this free agency and this draft shake up to be.